I really didn't want this to be in 2 parts, but it's the best way to do it. Hello, everypony! This is mBrooksBrony, and today I will be continuing, well, more like finishing off, 5 Words at a Time by Anything MLP, which is the Facebook group that I am part of. If you've not seen the first chapter reading, then please do watch it. Basically, the reason why there's 2 chapters is simply because when we first finished the story, there was only 425 words in it, and that isn't enough to submit on fanfiction.net. So we've had to continue, and it's been interesting, you know. It's been a bit forced, so I don't know. I mean, I can't really call this quality because it was written by about 20 of us, and it's just awful. But regardless, I'm going to do a reading now, so let's get straight into it. Okay, so from this point, I've actually no idea if there's a story with this, I don't know, but chapter 2 is 685 words, so let's go with this. Okay. The last chapter is when the 2 guards try to fight Spike in Tokyo, and then Spike crushes their armour into 1,000 tiny pieces. They snivel a cry of fear and then run away into the Everfree Forest, despite being all the way in Tokyo. And then loads of parasprites come and eat them alive. Right, okay. I've actually submitted this to fanfiction. Like, obviously, it's over 1,000 words now, so I can do that. And I mean, even if it doesn't get published, you know, you can still click on the link and read it. It just won't be public for people to search for and then read themselves. So, let's begin. Chapter 2. Because 425 words isn't enough to submit on fanfiction.net. Feeling confident he had won, the evil menace decided to keep his distance, for now, as revenge was indeed imminent. Just then, Twilight showed up to punish her rebellious dragon. She wielded a fiery paddle. Spike remembered it too well, while planning to escape punishment. He ate some magic tacos to boost his speed stat, before growing giant Pegasus wings that would easily embarrass Zapdos. However, the tacos were sentient, giving him a wing boner. This turned him into a magical dragon taco that flies. Twilight couldn't stop him, unless she gave him some gack. She binned it and proceeded to call the USMC to send an Apache helicopter with machine guns and missiles. She had a bite of cheese. Spike's rage was over 9,000, and so it turned out he had full dragon armor because Daedric was too mainstream. This hipsterism angered the army. Nevertheless, they unleashed a barrage in the direction of the nuclear-powered tree library, causing a massive explosion, destroying the facility and exposing Twilight's gigantic, long, black, hot and juicy sweatshop of Philly Booker Rangers. She was terrified, especially when one of the bodies began to move, twitching like a salmon in sexual acts, because of the radiation caused by Bieber's music that drove the workforce. Spike had fled to Fusrodar Valley, home of the true Dover. The Dover saw Spike and realised his child had returned. He alerted the other Dovers, who swiftly took the young dragon to their private quarters. Spike then began to remember Twilight's dream. Before him stood the dreaded Mr. Cheese Grater. It all made sense to him now. Twilight's dream, her lust for cheese, her gigantic nuclear tree factory. Cheese is notorious to make you dream. She desired to harness the awesome power of dreams with a reality converter, causing anything the mare dreamed to manifest in the physical world. And that was her plot. Spike stood bewildered as Mr. Cheese Grater stood over him, grating cheese all over, menacingly. Emerging from the shadows came a manifestation of Rarity. She would save Spike, but had to choose between him and Tom. Before she could decide, a whistle sounded, signalling the attack of the aforementioned parasprites, returning. Then Gandalf arrived to help, and so did Bilbo Baggins. Gandalf's staff turned into a banjo. Only one instrument, but just enough to assist Spike in destroying the Death Star, taking the parasprites with it.
It's a trap!
Said Gandalf as Tom tackled Spike to the ground, despite being inanimate. Spike, I am your father, revealed Tom, Spike's tail crushed. That instant, the Death Star fired a laser, disintegrating Tom. Spike's armour protected him from the blaze. Rarity began to cry as she had witnessed her love's eternal demise.
Of all the worst things that could happen, this is the
Derpy swiftly appeared, donating Rarity one of her fresh muffins, also giving her a letter. Rarity opened it. It read, "Fuck you, now my muffin is working its way to your stomach where it'll explode. You must find the antidote. I hope you're happy. The antidotes can be found in Cloudsdale. Good luck in flying all the way up there. Signed, Derpy Hooves, Derpy Mail." Rarity hadn't eaten the muffin, therefore she was safe. It began to speak a plan. So, we grab the kids, bring Spike, kill Derpy, and grab a balloon, go to Cloudsdale, drink some nice cold antidote and wait for all this to blow over. But before the muffin's plan could begin, a giant, black, wet dog appeared out of nowhere. And then Spike woke up. Oh, what the The end. Well, that is pretty much going to be it. There won't be a chapter 3 unless Film Fiction decide that it isn't long enough for whatever reason. I can't fathom. But I think it's fine. At the end, we've also left a message, like a little voice note type thing, saying a special thanks to everyone who took part in the writing of this fic. It was definitely more fun to write than it will be for the rest of you to read. And then there's a quote from David Beebe from before. J.K. Rowling and Terry Pratchett can't touch these literacy skills. Well done, bronies. So with that, thank you for listening to this reading. I realise that my voices, I need to work on those. I'm not going to be good at doing impressions, you know. In fact, David's quite good at doing like voice work and stuff, so it might be better for me to reel him in whenever I need to have a voice, you know, recorded, because he can probably do a much better job than I can. But anyway, you know, it's good, and I'm starting out. You know, it's something to work on. You know, something to look forward to, I suppose, for the rest of you. Right, now I can continue reading Treating Her Right by the Rated Pony Star, which it's long. I mean, it's not as long as some fiction out there, like for example the games we play. You know, I mean that one was just, you know, I'm not spending 15 hours reading that just like this other guy did, who name will be unheard of to this video. But you know, I mean that's a really long book, and this isn't anywhere near as long, but it's, you know, it's of a decent length, so I do think that it'll be at least 20 minutes long, the full book. You know, the full video after I've read it. So, you know, you can look forward to that, and I will see you. Yeah, I'll see you then.